Hello, my beautiful Virgos, and welcome to this yearly horoscope for 2023. We're going to be talking about the different and major astrological aspects that are going to be happening in 2023. How's it going to be affecting you, my beautiful Virgo, and how is it that you can channel your energies to manifest all your dreams in 2023? Please check to see if you have Moon in Virgo or Virgo ascendant in the Vedic astrological sidereal placements. Please make sure to check that in order for you to have an accurate reading. And I'm also going to be doing an extended horoscope for the yearly horoscope where I'm going to be pulling a card for each individual month where we're going to go more in detail of how 2023 is going to be panning out for you, my beautiful Virgo. So if you would like to see that, you can check that out in my Patreon where you find exclusive content for only $4 a month. Not only do you get to see your extended yearly horoscope, but you also get to see a bunch of other exclusive content from Astral Motivation. Alrighty, my beautiful Virgos, let's see how 2023 is going to be panning out for you this year. Alrighty, my beautiful Virgos. So before we get started with the energies of 2023, I just want to touch a little bit on 2022 because 2022 was quite the year. So I'm going to pull your chart here so that you're able to follow along with me. Now this chart is the Vedic sidereal placements calculations, just so we have it straight. So here we have Virgo over here. 2022 was a year where you were growing your health, you were growing your work. So if this could have been the year where you advanced in your workplace, where you advanced in everything that had to do with your service that you pay to the world, you could have also healed your health. You could have also healed anything that had to do with your daily life and your lifestyle. If you had any bad lifestyle habits, 2022 was a perfect year for you to adopt better and new ones. 2022 is also a year where maybe you advance in your workplace and you were able to get a better position where you work and to advance in your workplace. So super, super, super nice and super, super important. Now, we also have been dealing with the challenges of Saturn. Saturn has been challenging you, my beautiful Virgo, since the end of 2020, challenging you in the energies of your romance and the energies of your creativity. So what this means is that if you are somebody who's creative, this could have been some years where you maybe felt a little bit of creative block. What Saturn was trying to do here is that Saturn wanted you to become a little bit more practical and a little bit more organized with your creative endeavors. So let's say if you were the type of person that, if you give me a canvas and I can just start painting and everything flows, then this could have obstructed that. And what Saturn wanted you to do is to be a little bit more precise with what you're going to do. So for example, if you're going to paint a painting that you have first, like, okay, first I put blue and then I put red and then I put green. And if you have a little bit of a structure, then your creative flow can flow a lot better. That's just an example, but creativity can be implemented to anything, even a business, even negotiating, any speculative business and things like this. Also, if you dealt with children or you were trying to become pregnant, this could have been a little bit of a challenge. Dealing with your children could have been a little bit of a challenge as well. They could have brought you a little bit more of hard work. And if you wanted to get pregnant, it could have been more of a hard work to be able to get pregnant as well. And in romance, my beautiful Virgo, this is the part that I'm most interested in telling you about. In romance, it was trying to organize your romantic life, my beautiful Virgo. So if you've been, if you're the type of person that ends up being in relationships because you're trying to heal them, fix them, like little lost puppies and kittens type of thing, like these are things that are Saturn here wants you to become more responsible with your romantic energies. That you're not just taking in anybody because of their potential, but that you're taking somebody who is real in their potential. So if before you used to date a lot and maybe date multiple people at the same time, maybe not taking your relationships very seriously, or you ended up, getting involved with people who were really not in your caliber, or people who were diminishing your light, or people who weren't really helping you in advance. Saturn here was like, no, we're going to become more responsible with who we become romantic with, and that you raise your standards, my beautiful Virgo, and that you just don't bring yourself down from those standards. And to know that if you keep those standards high, you will get that person that you really are seeking to have. So there was some challenges in the love sector, but I got some good news for you, my beautiful Virgo. This 2023, things are going to change for you. First, I want to touch on the fact that we're starting 2023 with Mars retrograding in Taurus, which is your sector of your belief systems, dharma, faith, God, travels, and foreign affairs. So what this means here is that Mars was trying to help you re-strategize the way that you go about your faith. So what this means is like, Virgo, do you believe that you're going to find the partner of your life? Do you believe that there's someone out there for you that is perfect for you? Do you believe that you can be successful? Do you believe that you can do this or do that? So here what Mars is trying to help you is that you gain a stronger sense of faith in yourself, your capabilities, what you can and cannot do. And that you don't find yourself so skeptical, not only of yourself, but of the world. Also, if there's been some situations going on with foreign affairs, or dealing with paperwork that has to do with residencies, visas, and all these things, Mars retrograde could have like made you redo all those things, or make sure that you're doing, that you're filing the papers correctly. And if you are traveling during the time that Mars is retrograding until March of 2023, then you need to be more thorough. Let's just say that Mars could have brought some mishaps in the traveling situations. But nonetheless, at the end of this transit, Mars is trying to allow you to channel your energies in a way that is more productive for you. So for example, there's like the saying, like, be like the Buddha, where the Buddha doesn't put all this effort. The Buddha's under the tree meditating, but he's so close to God that everything comes to him. There's a saying that when you're putting too much effort into something, that means that you're further away from God. Because when you're closer to God, then everything kind of flows at an easier way, because you have faith, because you have belief, because you know things are going to work out for you. And so you become not the creator, but you become the co-creator with the creator. And that is the main energy that I'm feeling from this Mars retrograding here, is trying to help you see that you don't have to put so much effort, that if you were to have more faith and a closer relationship with God, then things become more effortless. And then you're able to channel your energy in a more productive way. So that's for the Mars. And then my favorite news that I'm about to give you, for the beginning of the year until May of 2023, we're going to have Jupiter in your 7th house of marriage and commitments. This means that this year, my beautiful Virgo, you are going to be blessed with the relationship, with the commitment, with the marriage that you always wanted to have. This is huge, huge, because you've been going through so many tests in love. I'm sure you guys are like all beat up and you're like, I don't believe in love, it's done. No, it can happen. And this year is the year for you. So go out, let yourself be seen. Do not stay at home. Be sociable. Even if you have this aspect and you stay inside, like nobody's, like the Prince Charming is not going to knock on the door, okay? So you have to make the effort of going out, let yourself be seen, go get all nice and pretty, handsome and beautiful, and allow other people to see how amazing you are. And you're going to realize that there's going to be a banquet of men or women, whatever it is that you like, wanting to have your attention. Now, the warning that I give you is don't take the first person that comes in. You already learned about your standards and what it is that you really want in love. So don't bring your standards down. Keep them high and allow for this person to come into your life, because this is the year for you to find the right one. If you are currently in a relationship, Virgo, and it's a toxic relationship that is not necessarily good for your highest self, then Jupiter can bless you by concluding this relationship. If it is a relationship that is beneficial for you, then Jupiter is going to bless it by either taking it to the next level of getting married, moving in together, taking it more commitment, or it's just going to bless your relationship with a lot of goodness. Nonetheless, it's looking really, really nice. Now, Another thing that we're going to be focusing on this year is the energies of Rahu in the 8th house. Now, this is a year of major transformation for you, my beautiful Virgo. Like, life wants to transform your inner world so that your outer world totally changes with it. So what that means is that, Virgo, whenever you're watching this video, I want you to write down those things that you know you have to change about yourself. There's some hunches that have been coming up that you need to change certain things. Maybe you're not comfortable with these changes, but you know that these changes need to happen. This Rahu in the 8th house is going to help you make it official and to change it. If you resist the changes, there could be some major events, sudden events that help you make the transformation. And when I talk about sudden events, I'm talking about like events that you can't control, like an accident or like winning the lotto. Like, it's extreme. And I don't want you to go through any extreme situation. So if you allow yourself to just change, you're not going to have any extreme situation. But if you resist the change, then life can really just, give you a 360 turn to really help you change. So just giving you a warning with that. But nonetheless, there's going to be a lot of transformation. This is also the year for you to focus on other people's monies, investments, credit, loans, or anything where you're working other people's values. You may be seeing less money in the ability for you to make your own money. So that's the reason why I'm encouraging you to come together with others and work with other people and the money. Because if you're just going to do it alone, you're going to feel like you're not going to be making as much money as you would like to make. Another thing that is happening this year, super powerful shift, is that Saturn is going to be changing signs in the month of March. So what this means, what this means is that Saturn is going to be, Saturn is going to be stepping finally outside of your 5th house, and it's going to enter your 6th house. So this is a huge relief in everything that has to do with your romantic life, your relationship with children, and your relationship with creativity. Finally, it's off. And now Saturn is going to be going into your 6th house of health, lifestyle, and your service. So certain things can happen here for you. You can either get more work. You could either, maybe they put more responsibilities on your plate when it comes to where you work. This is a time for you to really analyze your lifestyle, where you're just not overworking yourself, but you're taking into account the fact that you need to work out, keep healthy, eat good, attend to your loved ones, attend to your work, like finding that lifestyle balance, that you're not just in one side or the other, that you're sleeping good, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're doing, but also being. So this is what Saturn is trying to teach you. And it's going to throw you challenges of more responsibilities on your plate, where you're going to have to establish the boundaries, either with your authority figures or with your boss, where you say like, okay, I can take this more responsibility, but I need to work from home for my better lifestyle, or I need time off for my better lifestyle or vacation or whatever it is. It's going to be different for everybody. But the clue here is do not overwork yourself. If you overwork yourself and you don't take care of your body and your health, you will be getting ailments and sicknesses that Saturn is going to be kind of putting on you, because that health requires balance on your daily life. You can't just totally forget about what you're eating and all these things. So it's like, be very, very cautious. And this is important for you, Virgo, because you are a person of lifestyle. You're a person of a healthy lifestyle. And when you have a healthy lifestyle, you thrive immensely. Also, if you have any pets, your pets may be giving you a little bit of issues this year, or this could be a time where you may be wanting to get a pet, or you have to become more responsible with your pet and those who are in need. But the main thing is the health. I just want you to really take care of that. Okay, now another thing that is happening this year is that we're going to have Neptune changing signs. Wow, this is huge because Neptune has been in Aquarius for the past 17, 20 years. It hasn't changed sign in a really long time. So the fact that Neptune is finally going to change signs, this is huge. So Neptune in Pisces is extremely powerful. This is the sign that Neptune usually rules. And we're going to see your generation really shifting into a more spiritual path, which is going to be very beautiful at this time. Now, the only thing for you that I want you to be aware of is that Neptune is going to start transiting through your 7th house of relationships. Now, this means that you can start seeing your relationships with rose-colored glasses. Be careful with this, okay? Be very, very cautious with this, because Neptune is not going to allow for you to see the whole picture. It's going to get really fuzzy when you are in commitments. So how can we not fall into disillusions with our partnerships, and how can we not fall in disillusions with commitments? The only way to do this, my beautiful Virgo, is that you become very grounded. That you don't just see with rose-colored glasses your relationships, where it's like, yeah, I know that they have this alcoholic problem, but they tell me that they love me so much. Like, don't oversee. You need to see the full picture of the person, of the commitment, of the situation, and not overlook the negative. That is the number one. Second, do not fall for the words that they're telling you. You need to see it first, because you're going to be very susceptible for falling into what people are telling you or promising you. And then when it comes to actually doing it, they don't do it. And that is when you feel the disillusion. That is when you feel betrayed. That's when you feel like, what the hell? Like, what is this? So those are the warnings. So be very grounded. Don't fall for what they say. They're telling you, baby, we're going to get married, Hawaii, honeymoon. Okay, where is the ring? Okay. And where is the ticket to Hawaii? Then you can get very romantic. Then you can let go. But before that, don't start getting in cloud 9, because you can become disillusioned. Just letting you know. Another thing that is going to be happening this year is that in May, we're going to be having Jupiter changing signs. And it's going to be going into the sign of Aries. And this is actually where we're going to start stepping into the 8th house of intimacy. So let's say you meet somebody new, you fall for them, you decide to create the commitment, you decide to be together. Now the 8th house is where you live the commitment, where you live the intimacy, where you live the connection together, where you bond with each other, where you start sharing assets with each other, and you allow this person to see everything that you are, the good and the bad, and the same thing you do with the other person. This is what we call intimacy. Into me, I see. So Jupiter here is going to expand your sexuality, is going to heal your psychology if there's been any traumas from the past, is going to help you become more intimate with your partner, is going to help you be more vulnerable without feeling like you need to control the situations, is going to allow you to step into the unknown with ease and trust, and it's also going to bless you if you make the changes that you need to make. It's going to bless any sudden events that kind of happen, that maybe shift you, or a 360-degree turn that happens in your life. Jupiter is going to bless it here, and is going to come out to be something really beneficial for you. And another beautiful thing is that this could be the time where you start seeing investments coming back, or you decide to invest in the stock market, crypto, or anything that has to do with other people's monies. You're going to be gaining some gains here. It's also the time for asking for a loan. It's the time for asking for a grant. It's the time to do some crowdfunding. Pretty much investors are ready to give you their money. So when Jupiter comes here, people want to give you. So please, Virgo, do not block yourself from receiving. You are ready to receive, especially if it's coming from the partner that you're deciding to create a relationship and a commitment with. Also expansions in astrology, occultism, and mysticism as well. Very, very nice. Then one other thing that is going to be happening this year is that we're going to be having Venus retrograding in the sign of Cancer. This is going to be very, very powerful, because for you is going to be in the house of your friendships, dreams, and aspirations. So here, there's going to be something going on with a friend who's a girl that needs to be reevaluated. There could be some girlfriend, either if you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter, some girlfriend or some girlfriend that it's either not in your best, not the best thing for you. You're going to have to reevaluate the situation. You're going to have to reevaluate this friendship with this woman that you're dealing with. There could also be some women friends that come back from the past if you've lost contact with them. And this is also a time where you're reevaluating who is your friendships and who is your associations. And I don't think people understand how important this is. Nowadays, everybody's just taking their friends like whatever. No, your association is everything. Who you hang out with, the 5 people you hang out with the most, you become those 5 people. So this is the moment for you to really ask yourself, okay, who do I want to surround myself with? Who do I admire? And who do I really want to associate with? And are the people that I'm associating with, are they really having the results that I want to achieve? Like, let's say you want to get married, but all your associations are single people. How are you going to get there? Like, let's say you fight with your fiance, and then you go to your friends and you're like, oh, I'm fighting with my fiance and this and that. They're not gonna know what advice to give you. You're gonna end up with the same results that they have, which is singlehood. So you want to surround yourself with the people that have the results that you are seeking to have, and then you'll be able to absorb their energy and become intimate with them. And this is going to be friends that are going to uplift you. So this is going to be a time for you to really evaluate who are your friends, who do you share your energy with, and who your associations are. This is what we're reevaluating. There could also be something going on with gains, where maybe you had a bonus or some sort of money that is coming to you, and it could be a little delayed. So don't worry, after Venus moves forward, you're going to be getting the money that you were hoping to get. Now, another thing that is happening by the end of the year in December, we're finally going to have the Rahu and the Ketu changing signs. So for most of the year, Rahu and Ketu are going to be in Aries, giving you this transformation. But by the end of the year in December, it's going to enter into your house of marriage and relationships. This is the beginning of releasing false identities, false egos that you maybe identify yourself with, and to become more authentic individually so that you're able to share yourself in the correct ways. So most of your energy is going to go into relationship and like I and we by the end of the year. But we'll talk about that when we get to the 2024 yearly horoscope. So these are the major events that are going to be happening for you, my beautiful Virgo, this 2023. So excited for you. Now remember, we're going to be doing the extended horoscope of 2023, where we're going to be pulling a card for each individual month. If you would like to see the extended version, all you have to do is become a Patreon. In my Patreon, for only $4 a month, you'll be able to not only see the extended horoscope of 2023, but you will also get to see a bunch of exclusive content that I have there for my Patreons. You'll be able to find the link in the description here below. Alrighty, my beautiful Virgos, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited for what 2023 is bringing for you, and I'm sending you